Hi, art historians. Welcome back. We are in week 5, module 9, unit 2, and we are going to be learning about the end of Rome and a little bit of the Nabatean people. So the title of this unit's materials is Module 9, Rome Part 1, Rome 2, 9.04, High Empire and Nabatean. And you've got 7 core works and 5 supplemental works for this unit. And the date range is around 112 CE to 200 CE, with a location of Rome and Petra for most of these. We have architectural sites and sculptures. So the architectural sites include the Forum, Basilica, Column, and Markets of Trajan, the Baths of Neptune, as well as Petra, and the Al-Hazna, as well as the Arch of Trajan. The sculptures include the Column of Antonius Pius and the equestrian statue of Marcus Aurelius. Our supplemental works include the portrait bust of Hadrian's villa, the Isola Sacratum, the sarcophagus with the myths of Orestes, and the mummy portrait of Serapis. So this is the moment where, again, I say, this is probably one of my most favorite eras of art history, but this is actually because my favorite architectural piece in the entire world is here, the Pantheon. Located in Rome. I've had the pleasure of seeing it twice, actually 3 times, I guess. The third time being a midnight Catholic Latin candlelit Christmas Mass. It was bonkers amazing. I pretty much cried the whole entire time because it was just so beautiful with the echoing of the prayers and the candlelight. Amazing way to spend the holiday. It was pretty cool. But the Pantheon is just really one of those places that you have to go there to get it, unfortunately. If I could fully fund us all to go on a trip to Rome, I would do it in a second. I promise. But I don't. I can't. But the Pantheon's so cool because you look at it and it's a really interesting building, a round barrel attached to a square porch. But when you walk into it, it is just transporting. I mean, you walk through this dark porch entryway and you enter the main space and it just opens up into this light. The oculus is in the top. You've got all of these beautiful sculptures and different types of altars around the entire circular space, billion different kinds of marble. It's absolutely breathtaking. If you had the chance to go, I mean, good, yeah, do it. And if you haven't, go. But in addition to that, we've also got a whole bunch of Trajan stuff going on here. The Forum and Basilica and Column are all accessible to the public in Rome. You can actually just walk right up to it. You don't even need tickets. The Column itself is really awesome. It's designed like those classic barber poles where you start at the bottom and it's just one long piece that goes all the way up. It depicts Trajan's quest against the Dacians, which he of course won. Otherwise they wouldn't have shown it. But it shows the very beginning of battle, the end of battle, and it's very well carved and so beautiful. The Basilica and the Forum themselves are in pretty rough shape. There's no Basilica left of which to speak of, but the markets you can actually go in and see. It's pretty much designed like a typical mall that we would have today. Here in Jersey, we've got pretty famous malls. The GSP or the Garden State Plaza, as well as the American Dream Mall are both very close to where I live. And I would say that like the format for Trajan's markets and those are pretty much the same thing. With the GSP, we've got 2 levels. We've got individual market spaces. On the second level, there's a railing that, protects people. That's almost exactly like what the markets look like. It's pretty awesome. And then, of course, we have to get into a little bit of Petra. And the Al-Hazna. So that is the treasury of Petra, which was in the Indiana Jones movie. And it is a era of Nabatean people that were existing that Trajan actually annexed them into and to be a part of Rome. So they took over. We don't have like a lot of evidence from this site. In the city of Petra itself, there's just not a ton to see, but the treasury itself is amazing. You have to walk or travel by camel through this very narrow pathway through these huge giant rock formations, and it's similar to the Pantheon where you enter and you open and suddenly everything is there in front of you. It's on my list of places to go without a doubt. But otherwise, we've got a lot of interesting statues and sculptures of different rulers in ancient Rome during the High Empire. They are wanting to kind of really solidify themselves in a place in history with their portraiture and the detailing and sculptures of their conquests. The equestrian statue of Marcus Aurelius is actually one done in bronze. We did think it was, I think it was St. Peter or Pope Peter for a long time, but we now know it's Marcus Aurelius. That equestrian statue of a ruler sitting atop a horse will become very, very common, and especially today. So it's interesting to see kind of where some of the starting of that happened. So I hope you enjoy, and we'll touch base again when we get to Module 10. Bye, folks.